Today we'll be reviewing Anvil Industries' Senator Vargo and Natalia Federici. These models come as a set, so they're special characters for the Afterlife game that Anvil Industries makes in-house. Now, they're not posable. So most Anvil Industries is known for is their Regiments line and their Exolords line, where you can buy little bits and customize other 28mm models, i.e. Games Workshop. But since these characters come as one unified piece, it creates a more dynamic pose to them, and they're wearing civilian clothes, but they're carrying futuristic weapons, and that's why I bought them. My favorite character out of this set is Senator Vargo, and there's two things I like about him. The fact in his right hand, he's carrying a small futuristic revolver, but it's cylinder fed, not magazine or belt fed, and I have a soft spot for cylinder fed weapons. So I like that because it's a little archaic touch on a futuristic weapon, and I like that feel to it. Also, along his back, plugging into the bottom of his skull and running down his spine, is sculpt work that indicates neuro enhancements. So he also can do double duty as a cyborg character. So I purchased him for Games of Reality's Edge, so I can either put him into my crew as a freelancer cyborg, or there's also rules for mob characters or corporate officials that with his suit, his futuristic looking suit, his sidearm weapon, he could easily fit into that mold. The other character in the set is what's supposed to be Vargo's daughter in the Afterlife game, Natalia Federici. Now, she's in the classic long dress, split up the leg, but when you look at the sculpt, she's carrying a futuristic pistol in her right hand. She has a hip holster where the split in the dress is, and she is a realistically proportioned female model, which is what Anvil Industries is known for. However, when you look at her arms, she pumps some iron on there, so you can get a sense that she could throw down if she had to. I bought both these characters for Games of Reality's Edge, and she could there are some characters where, like an infiltrator, or there's some other characters where it's someone that looks more civilian. They don't have to look cyberpunky, or she can be one of the NPC mob characters off to the side, where they can just wander onto the board and cause problems for you, or she can be a corporate security exec. That's the nice thing about Reality's Edge is since they're in civilians' clothes and it's up for you to determine what role, they can do a lot of different jobs in that game. For Natalia, she actually has a lot more utility because it's just a simple dress. So even though it's supposed to be in the future, dresses from like contemporary times, like 1950s on, you can always say, well, that's a cocktail party dress, that's a formal dress. You just got to cut the futuristic weapon out of her hand, and then she can be a lot of different time periods. Vargo's a lot more limited because of that sculpt down his neck and back that shows the cyber implants. So that's going to really peg him to near future sci-fi miniature games. But he's still in the civilian suit and clothes. It would make him hard to use him as just like street thug because he's dressed too nice. He's more of Hawk from Spencer of Hire. So I love that show too. So if I was playing Gangster's Way or Mad Dogs with Guns, and I wanted to do it in futuristic style, yeah, I could use these as mob characters for that. Natalia comes in about 29.5 millimeters and Vargo comes in 30.5. So they fit into the 28mm scale. And Anvil Industry, they say that they're true scale, but they look more on the heroic scale size. But since they ride that line, their models tend to fit in either heroic or 28mm. Now their weapons are small enough, they're not the traditional chunky heroic size to where they can fit better into true scale. And since they're sci-fi weapons, who knows what sidearms look like 30 years from now, so you can get away with that. But Vargo, even though you could say he's true scale, well, he's just a bulky guy, and he does look like he's got some guns on him, and he's got a chest that won't quit. And same thing with his daughter. Right now, these models aren't available in retail. You have to go to Anvil Industries' website, and that means you're going to have to ship something through Royal Mail from the UK. So these models come in at $17, which is a good price for 28mm resin models individually, since you get two models with the set and you get their bases. The issue comes down to the $6.50 shipping and handling. So when you buy from Anvil Industry, it's pretty much $6.50 to ship something to the US, no matter how much you buy. So when you buy a lot. Well, thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs. I hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time.